what y'all are saying is no fucking sense. Kanye's from the hood, just like everybody else is from the hood, and he chose not to rap about shit that he saw on the street.
He didn't deal no drugs.
No. Biggie was locked up, got out of jail, and made all them albums about selling drugs. Biggie wasn't selling fucking drugs.
What?
When he was flying around with goddamn Bentley, daddy, he was selling drugs.
Nah, he wasn't selling drugs then.
Was Tupac selling drugs?
You gotta understand something. Yo, G, have you ever sold drugs before?
Hey, I plead the fifth, man. I don't know anything about that. That sound like shit. Hey,
look, all I'm saying is this. All I'm saying is this, G. Like, real talk, man. And this ain't, and I ain't no way, shape, or form trying to brag or anything, because ain't nothing to brag about. I've had to sell drugs, you know what I'm saying, to feed myself. I've been in jail, probably at least 9 times. Hell, I've been arrested for attempted murder before, you know what I'm saying, before getting the charges dropped. So, you know, what you saying right now, I'm not blaming you for what you're saying, but what I'm saying is you looking at it only from one perspective. You're not, you know, like, you got to understand Kanye West didn't live that life. So Kanye West is a real rapper. So he raps about the experiences that he had to go through. You know what I'm saying? Whereas other people, now don't get me wrong, there are other guys out there who act like they was out there selling drugs, but they really weren't. But there's some people who really had to live that life. And this is what, and when they're talking about it, you got to understand they're reaching out for those people who are in that same position to say, hey, look, you can get here. You know what I'm saying? If you got it in you to put bars together, you can get here where I'm at because I used to be right where you were. That's the way that people who are in that position look at it. Whereas you, from your position, are looking at it like, you know, you poisoning the black youth. It's like, yeah, I can see why you say you poisoning the black youth, but you got to understand the black youth are born poisoned. They're born poisoned. So there are different ways for you to reach out, and people take.
All right, this is my issue with what you're saying. This is my issue. This is my issue with this whole argument here on Kanye, because you're saying that, you know, the whole positivity thing, but it's like, I know in your top 10 you don't have Mos Def, you don't have Talib Kweli, you don't have Common, you don't have Black Thought from the Roots. Ain't none of them in your top 10. So why is your argument about who is injecting what into the community? And Ice Cube damn sure wasn't a positive rapper back then. So I don't know if that validity is flying from you.
And Kanye still ain't a positive role model. You know, he ain't a role model. He ain't showing niggas how not to be arrogant and all this little extra shit, and how not to talk about bitches in a certain way.
Exactly.
Not the way he talked about Amber Rose.
Exactly.
Not the way he talk about Amber Rose. Ain't that what, you know, all this slut shaming he do?
Not the way he talk about females in general.
First of all, I'm gonna answer Kysii's first question. The reason and the reason why, like I said, Ice Cube was one of my top 5. Ice Cube was talking negative when he was with NWA. They would talk about robbing people and jacking people in the gang. Then he left, and what did he get on? He went to New York, got with the Bomb Squad, and he got on Burn Hollywood Burn. He got on Do I like Arsenio? No, about as much as the bicentennial. He got on that shit, on the take over the government.
He also made check yourself before you wreck yourself. He also made check yourself before you wreck yourself in jail.
Right. And check yourself before you wreck yourself. If you listen to the lyrics of the song, that's a positive song. He's telling the nigga that's a...
But he came out with America's Most Wanted death certificate. All those albums, he was talking...
Because shotgun bullets are bad for your health. Yeah, that's the real...
Yo, but that was because Ice Cube got with the nation. So let's get it right.
And when he said shotgun bullets are bad for your health, he's talking about niggas, but he's also talking about white America too. When on the front of death certificate is Uncle Sam on the fucking thing with a toe tag. So he ain't talking about just killing black folks and selling drugs. He's talking about killing America. So if you look at
talking about killing black folks, but he is in fact. You said he's not just talking about it, but he is talking about it. So how can you make that any different from Jay-Z?
Ice Cube was more of a storyteller. Ice Cube told stories. Even with going even if he, Ice Cube could go from steady mobbing to Who's the Mac. right? He was telling a story. Ice Cube told stories that wasn't necessarily about him, but what he seen, right? So it wasn't. Ice Cube was no dope dealer. Ice Cube was like, I don't sell a dope beat. I write dope rhymes.
Right. Ice Cube was really the person he was in Friday. When you see Ice Cube in Friday, that's really who Ice Cube was. He was not this big gangster dude in the gang, robbing people and all that. He chose to adopt the imagery of the negative stereotype. And just like what y'all said.
But a lot of his niggas was. No, but it's all about who you involved with, your niggas. You got folks that rap. Say growing up, you grew up around a bunch of folks, because y'all live in the same neighborhood, right? Y'all got different parents. So you kind of got, even though you in the same neighborhood, you still got a little different upbringing because your parents raised you a certain way, right? But the niggas that you hang with in the hood, y'all talk about what y'all talk about, right? But when you kind of get away from them dudes, then you can expand and be on other things. Now, you got to think, everybody know Ice Cube wrote all the easy shit when he was there. So what was he talking about? Boys in the hood, gangster. That was all Cube.
Right.
Yeah, but he wrote that shit. Easy was telling him stories. He wrote that shit before he knew Easy. Well, he knew somebody.
He wrote it for some New York niggas.
Right. So he knew those folks, but chose to choose his rap a different way. That's what I'm saying about Biggie and Tupac and all of like Tupac was on.
But he wrote about his neighborhood. He wrote about shit that he knew, shit he seen every day. Right? Look. If you look at this, look where he at right now. So if I talk about Ice-T, and I say, well, damn, Ice-T was one of the original gangster rappers. Ice-T came out with Cop Killer. He came out with the group Body Count, but the nigga been playing a cop on TV for 15 years.
Yeah. That's an oxymoron in itself. But that just lets you know
Ice-T was a pimp and a gangster.
Right.
No, it isn't, man. It's him changing his avenue.
Next artist.
Because he lived long enough to change his life.
All right.
You know what? Niggas nowadays don't know Ice Cube the way we know Ice Cube. They think Ice Cube an actor. They think Ice Cube come out with family movies like I'm already there yet.
If Biggie was still alive, he'll be in a Medea movie right now.
Time is up on Cube. Time's up on Cube.
Still alive, he'd be in a Medea movie.
All right. Time's up on Cube.
If Pac was still alive, he would have been.
Hey, time's up. Next artist.
I mean, Pac was already doing movies. Pac was already doing movies with Jim Belushi.
All right, next artist.
Pac was already doing that.
The next artist is Nas. Is Nas in your top 10?
Yes, top 5. My top 5.
All right.
Nas, I say yes.
All right, you, Greggo?
I say top 10 with the probably top 5 hip hop album ever.
Okay.
Dramatic.
Greggo? We must have lost Greggo.
I lost Greggo.
I'll take Greggo.
Because the next one, all right, so there's no debate on Nas being top 10. Even some of y'all have him top 5, that's fine. And also me, I didn't answer yet. Nas is top 10 for me as well. All right, next one, we already know Greggo's answer. KRS-One, top 10.
Yes.
I say yes.
Yes.
G says yes. Margaret says yes. So KRS-One is unanimous. Oh, I'm sorry. Greggo says no. I don't have his argument on why he says no.
We already know that. He need to go listen to Entertainment and then Criminal Minded type shit. But go ahead.
The room even gave yes all the way.
Blueprint. Original Blueprint.
The original Blueprint, correct. I don't know how many times I've said that.
The original Blueprint. Okay. All right. Next one.
Original Blueprint.
Next one. I think this one's gonna be crazy. Greggo typing no. All right. Next one is.
He said no to Nas as well.
Damn. Greggo said no to Nas as well. Woo.
He said no to Nas too.
That's what he said.
Yeah, he said
Man,
no.
go listen to Illmatic, man. Go listen to Illmatic.
Who the fuck is his top rapper?
Listen to Illmatic. Listen to I Am.
Now Greggo's in his
Greggo's top rapper.
Greggo's in his 30s, man. None of them. Greggo's in his 30s, man.
So I had to.
Oh, there's Greggo.
Oh, he's in
Greggo's
the
back.
30s.
Greggo's back.
Oh, okay. So his top
Greggo
rapper
was
was Soulja
two.
Boy. Greggo like Soulja Boy. My bad. Okay, I understand now.
Nah.
You can't.
Who else you got, Kysii?
All right, next
top
one.
rapper is T.I.
Now, next one is, let's go with Big Daddy Kane.
No.
Much as I love Big Daddy Kane back in the day, he ain't in his top 10.
He was my first. He was my first favorite rapper, but I can't put him top 10. I can't. Cause
Yeah.
I still got somebody in my top 5. You ain't even named his name yet, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, so let him get there.
I'm getting
I
there.
know who you got. I'm waiting on him to name.
All right, next one, Rock Him.
Yeah. No,
Rakim probably, if I may just put a comment on that, Rakim probably was the first one out of that old school, like New York hip hop era that I liked, because to me, the reason I didn't like KRS-One is pretty similar to what you guys see today. Like this woke shit and all that kind of stuff. Like, I didn't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, first of all, I didn't like his voice. I didn't like the way he looked, so that's superficial, but I'm being honest. And then, like, the stuff he was talking about, it didn't speak to me. So, like,
what stuff was he talking about?
You know, all that, I'm not going to put myself on the line like that, but I'm just saying, like, the things that he was talking about, it just didn't speak to me. You know what I'm saying? I worked in a record store. Like, I worked in, like, early on, I was in, like, Camelot Music and all that stuff. So I heard every album. I heard a little argument earlier saying that Greg can't speak on this stuff if he didn't listen to it. I listened to the stuff. But it just, like I said, for me, I'm not as in, like, music moves me as a whole. And I don't mean just hip hop. I'm talking about, like, every genre of music. Like, I dig every genre. But it has to speak to me. And like I said, KRS-One just didn't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, none of that East Coast stuff in the beginning didn't speak to me because it was just, I don't know. Like, like growing up, man, I just, like I said, like what G was saying earlier, that's the type of stuff. I mean, you got to think about it. Not every kid wanted to be uplifted. Like, some kids did come from an uplifted home, but out of that uplifted home or sheltered life, you wanted to kind of see some gangster shit. So, like, that New York.
So, like, 9mm wasn't gangster?
No, that's what I'm getting to. Like,
the pussy is free, but the crack costs money wasn't gangster?
Who is this you talking about?
That's KRS-One's first album. Criminal Minded.
No, I didn't listen. Again, like I said, I didn't listen to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, you got to think about it. Like I said before, that it is at that age. I mean, I did because they played it in the store. But, like, did I listen to it? Did I give it like a chance? No. I mean, just because I said, like, you know how. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like, if it's somebody that you guys just don't subscribe to, you just don't subscribe to it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and on an honest front, I'm not going to say that the guy wasn't talented. I mean, I can go back and listen to him. I'm not a fool. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he had skills. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but it just wasn't.
You just didn't like him.
Right. You know what I mean? So, like, when it comes
that's cool.
This
Ain't
Greggo,
nothing
right?
wrong with that.
Yes, Greggo.
Yeah, I agree with you. Because I feel the same way about Gangstar. Everybody I tell that is like, oh, you.
Oh, man. Look, Greggo said he ain't subscribing to that. Greggo said I can't subscribe to that one.
Whoa.
I can't subscribe to his KRS-One argument. But to me, Guru was a born-ass rapper. He had a monotone voice, and it just didn't resonate with me. Not saying he wasn't popular and people didn't like him. I just didn't care for Gangstar. I don't like the sound of it.
And Guru said that with my monotone style. That was his thing.
Yeah, I can respect that.
I know. I'm not arguing about Gangstar. I agree with Greggo. I can see why he says KRS-One. He just doesn't like it. It just doesn't resonate to him.
That, a lot of people don't like Freeway too because of his voice. You know what I'm saying? And don't even give him time of day.
Right.
Yep.
It's like my wife is the same way. She don't like Public Enemy because she don't like Chuck D's voice.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the next one is Chuck D.
Oh, Chuck D voice, man.
Top 10 Chuck D.
Chuck D.
Wait,
let me